Hey guys, I'm S. Dan Wolf. Welcome back to Suyana Zoo, episode 6. We're on a very, very hot, uncloudy day here, but let me show you kind of what I've got accomplished today. The zoo is definitely expanding, but check this out. This is like the entrance. I've actually even let some guests in a little bit so we could just kind of see what they gravitate towards. This is like the newest little entrance area. Look, I've got Michel's. Kind of like his other little souvenir market building over there. That's kind of like furthering the expansion. So I've got a little construction wall up right there. I don't know what we're going to put out that way yet. But look, we've got the whole new little Gharial area, and I think this is just really, really cool how this has came out. And what I wanted it to be was like, really intimate. I wanted you to really be down there with with our little aquatic reptilians here. I wanted it to, really kind of have different little caves and coves. I've even started a custom little, like a bamboo fence here, because really I would think, like, especially with like the little kids and stuff, this is the regular fence. See how it kind of leaves just a little bit too much of a gap. So I'm going through and I am just doing a custom bamboo fence. But I think this whole little area, see, like from the moment you come in, we've got it kind of covered here. I've kind of got the ivy and the bush kind of growing over this little awning here. And right when you come in from the left or the right, you've got one of their main little beaches right over there. They do come swim. They swim right under the bridges, and right past you, here comes one of the bigger guys. He's thinking about coming back this way. But they've got some deeper water over here. Each little area, I've kind of like just tried to work out some smaller beach areas. And also too, when you come over here, they have another, because I wanted to make it to where they had enough time to, get completely out of the water, of course, and get in the sun. As far as regulating their body temperature and all that goes. And they've got like a smaller kind of shallow beach area right here. But nonetheless, I think this came out pretty cool. And there's a lot of areas that you can stop and actually see them from. Even if you don't want to kind of go out there into the cove. We've still got this a pretty good viewing area from right here. And then if you come over here, I've got to get the little, our kind of like our makeshift little barrier fence up and the bamboo over here. But even standing from up here, look how good of a shot you get from our little family of Gharials up here. So this was one of the frontier. This first little tunnel over here is just one of the frontier blueprints. So I thought that worked out really, really well. Even those tall trees with the moss hanging down, I think just complements the whole area, really pulls up the presence of this whole kind of this, like I said, this intimate area. I thought that's what I wanted to do this time, instead of just doing it to where you would we could have done this in just a big circle, and then all of this would have been gone, and you kind of could have just watched them from the outskirts, from way out here. But I wanted to do it, and I'm thinking I might try to do more of the exhibits like this going forward, because I just had so much fun trying to design this and make it to where they could still go underneath the bridges and you could watch them swim. And I just think it looks so cool, the actual guests being able to stand out there with them and kind of look right down on them, like you're literally like 8 feet from them when they're on this side of the enclosure going underneath that bridge. So that, I think, that whole enclosure just turned out really, really cool. But we'll just, like I said, we're just going to keep rolling at it. I thought it would be wouldn't like this stage, like you see, obviously the people are just passing the stage because it's non-functioning. They can't interact with it. But I thought, wouldn't it be cool, like as far as the how like with the zookeepers and stuff, you can you can create their work zones, and they stay in a certain area. How cool would it be though if we had like entertainers and educators, as far as like being able to make them stage platforms, like even if it was just a little circle, and like I would have it hid right here, but they stood up here with like a microphone and an earpiece in, and when they did their little shows, whether they had little animals up here running across the ropes or not, the guests would know, like they would be programmed to go out here and actually sit until the show was done. And you could like time the shows, like 11, 1, 3, 6, and the guests would start heading over and getting their seats, and then the little zookeepers would come out and start doing their shows. So I thought that would be really, really cool. When I first let the people in, the crocodiles were really, really popular. Everybody's kind of moved on now, but that was a pretty big hit when all this first started. It's pretty cool to see them use this. They will get on this. Let's see, they're kind of over here. So they will use our little makeshift nature path to get around. This little group might do it right here. Yeah. Oops, got some grass up. But yeah, really fun to see them use the nature path. Haven't seen anybody actually sit down and use the benches or the picnic tables yet, but we've got them there. We've got them covered just in case. The people, they love when I first, this whole row was taken up with people at first, when we first let them in the zoo. People kind of watching our little chimpanzee family run around. That is really, really cool. This is a fun species to watch. They're just like so inquisitive, and they're just into total mischief over here. Kind of like on their whole little ridge area. I need to get in and do some bunker, like some path blocking. Do you see those people just disappear off into the rock? Let's see if these people miss or if they go in there. Yeah, they're all heading in there. But so, I still got to do some work on that as far as the main area goes. These people are kind of running like something is loose. Isn't that kind of weird? But I guess if something was loose, everybody would run. Let's see, do I have any? I don't have any alerts, so maybe they're just running to be running. Okay. And then also, too, I noticed my walls, like when the people come over, they kind of go a little too far. But I think that's okay. I think I'm going to leave it as it is, because the whole reason to have the wall here is to kind of block the edge of the path. So, it'll be okay. Still really cool to actually see the guests get in here now and actually watch them walk around and look at the animals and kind of all what we have going on. You've kind of got like the piranha tanks down through here, and they'll stop and look over at the pythons and the tree frogs. But yeah, like I said, that would just be really, really cool if that stage was interactive. But yeah, definitely want to get your guys' feedback on that. We got a big one kind of lurking around over here. Be really cool to get your guys' feedback on the whole Gharial area and what you think about actually getting the guests more down in here. See how it's kind of like, it's almost like my little walkways are laid out on different little islands to make it to where the animals can still traverse it, but really getting the guests down in here really, really close. I just think it come out really, really cool. And don't forget too, guys, every time we jump on here and we get one of these episodes done, we're putting them on the workshop. So don't forget, like episode 6, if you'll go to my workshop, you'll be able to come in here in real time and explore it and tell me what you think and send me pictures and all of that stuff. So that has been a really fun part of this. And I don't know why, kind of like a lot of us are always like that, and I used to be like that too. Like, I don't want to put anything on the workshop until I'm completely done. And really, like, the only reason you would do that, I think, is like once you've already showed it on camera, is people are like afraid that people will steal your work and put it out there or something. But everybody knows this community is really, like, if you saw somebody upload this zoo on YouTube right now, you all would immediately tell me and let me know, hey, this guy's uploading your park, or he's uploaded this on Reddit and he's taking credit for this zoo. We're really good about policing our own community. So I think it's like people were saying, it really helps when people don't have the really, like, the beefier computers. And with this, with doing it this way, letting you guys kind of jump in with me as we build this, it lets you enjoy it instead of me building all of this and not releasing it until the very, very end. And some of you guys can't even start it up without it just completely potatoing on you and chugging frames here. So that is another one too. That was my buddy Amanda that actually first mentioned it. She's like, is there any way you could maybe upload the zoo in segments so I can at least enjoy it to a point until my computer decides to give up? And so, yeah, that's what I plan on doing. As far as this goes, I'm just going to keep uploading it so you guys can enjoy it and research it and study it and give your feedback kind of as these builds go on. So, yep, that's just kind of my take on it. And, so you guys will have to let me know what you think now that we are 6 episodes in. And I'll probably get to work on this a little more tomorrow. I hate that I'm only able to put out like an episode a week on this, but just with all the extra hours, because I'm on salary, that we're kind of working at work to kind of get through this COVID situation to where we can bring the regular people back. By the time I get home in the evenings, I just do not have a lot of time to really come down here and focus a lot on builds. But luckily my 2 off days are still 2 days in a row, so that is when I'm getting a lot of my building done, because obviously they're wanting us to stay home, so there's nowhere to go, there's nobody to see, there's nowhere to be, so that leaves a lot of free Planet Zoo time on my 2 actual off days out of the office. So just kind of roll with me right now. I'm going to try to get a second episode out this week, but if another one doesn't come until next Sunday, just know it's not intentional. It's just kind of like it's how things are having to roll right now, as far as my real job goes. So anyways, guys, yeah, don't forget to smash that like button if you end up enjoying this video, and subscribe and come back and hang out with me. And big shout out to Shantae. She shared my Instagram page today on the official Planet Zoo Instagram. So that was just you guys have been hitting up my notifications all day, following the stories, following me. So I have to give a big shout out to Shantae for making that happen. And, just picking out one of my random screenshots, actually from the treehouse build, and just exposing this to more and more people. And you wouldn't believe how many messages I've got today. And people literally have just said, they're like, dude, where have you been? So, I'm here, I'm building, I don't know. I'm glad you guys are a part of this now. So thanks for coming and hanging out and seeing what we can get into. So anyways, guys, I'm S. Dan Wolf. As always, thank you for stopping by and hanging out with me. And I'll catch you in the next video. Thank you. See ya.